Hey guys, it is G here. Today we have a first place, familiar place, Stefanos Fostieris. What's up, Stefanos?
Hi, what's up, guys?
Today we have the same deck, Valkyrie's Danger, or something different?
Stay tuned next week for that. I will have an update, but today I'm playing...
Eatos.
Yes, the last
Eatos deck.
Since the last time at Regionals that I got second place with it.
Yeah, I remember. So tell us about the matchup.
I faced round 1 Salamandrite, round 2 Draco, round 3 Endymion, and round 4 one more Salamandrite.
So have 4 rounds and you finish X.
It's like 18 people and...
Okay, that's cute. Anything go for before going to the list?
Yeah, this is not the same deck I used to run with Eatos. I played last time Trickstar Skysucker Eatos, but I butchered both of those decks. So I had to change it up and think of what deck could possibly mix with Eatos. And I'll show you what I've come up with.
Okay, let's see the deck.
So of course, play 3 Eatos. She special summons herself when I have no monsters in my graveyard. She's just a beater. If you draw her late game, I used to run Exodius in the older build, but I don't think in this deck you need to because you never go to the grand game. Because this is pretty much you're going to SK with this deck. But it's still another monster in the field, and the only reason I run her is because I like her. And I run the normal summon of the deck,
Imperia.
Yeah, it's a new card from the BLHR. It's such a strong card, such a simple card. You summon it, you draw 1, that's pretty much what you need. And you can summon Almirage with it to have a zone in the extra monster zone. And you need that because the deck I'm playing is MEKK-KNIGHTs. Pure MEKK-KNIGHts.
Okay.
I think the Invoked engine, you commit a lot of cards for a mediocre engine. Like I've played 9 cards to just have a mecha on the field. So just pure, much better, going second, plays going first as well. And Lavender is the best one because it dodges anything and you get search whatever you want. Blue Sky, if you get lucky, your opponent doesn't know what you're doing with the deck, then you're probably going to search more than one with this, but usually you'll search 1. 2 Indigo, usually you run 1, but in this deck you need 2. Because there's a play with the memory and the secrets to be able to negate 4 monster effects in 1 turn. 1 Red Moon, it's the one that pops monsters in the same column, it's almost per turn. I'm thinking of adding Yellow Star as well, because sometimes when I get to the late game I do not have enough targets to search. And I play 1 Abram because it's a searchable normal summon and it's a normal monster, so you can make Wing Spider with it and have something in the extra monster zone. And I made it 3 Kaijus, 3 Kumongus.
No go with the Gamis here?
I don't have Gamis here, but yeah, it can do the same thing.
Okay.
Eatos can deal with it, and Lavender too. I was playing Nibiru at first, but I realized Nibiru is a card that most likely is there to scare your opponent for not making that many big wards. But this card is live against any matchup. Nibiru is dead half of the time. But this is good against Sky Striker, it's good against anything that doesn't summon a lot of monsters through Draco. So it's always live, that's what I need. For the spells...
3 teleport.
Yep, emergency teleport of the deck. Unfortunately it locks you into MEKK-KNIGHTs, but it's not that big of a deal because you get to choose whatever you want. You usually want to start with either this, Lavender, or Blue Sky to get to your plays, and it's a quick play so you can use it in your opponent's turn, which is important with the trap of the deck. For the searchable word legacy cards, play 1 Succession and 1 Key. Succession, everybody knows what this does. It brings back a monster in the column. This one...
On the left, what card is that?
Which card?
On the left, the Legacy Key.
Legacy Key. This card it's a searchable card that deals with Pacro. It usually is good against decks like Altergeist, Scepter, and Paleo. It's not good against Draco, unfortunately, because it stops effects. It doesn't stop the continuous traps. But on activation, you can add one of your banished MEKK-KNIGHTs or legacy cards, and it stops the trap effects on the same column that there's a MEKK-KNIGHT in that column. So it's a searchable way to deal with Pacro decks, which this deck kind of struggles against. Instant Fusion, because you deal with a monster, you get a monster to the extra monster zone, and if you draw multiples, it doesn't matter because you can just set 1 and have it for an extra column. 3 Galaxy Cyclone. This is the best Pacro removal card in this particular build because again it's a normal spell. If you play Twin Twisters or Cosmic Cyclone, if you need to set them to get a column to summon a MEKK-KNIGHT, then you won't be able to activate them during the same turn, but this you will be able to activate it after you set it, and it also has a secondary effect of the grave against decks that use floodgates. And I made it Super Poly, of course, it's a go second deck. This card is also good as a trap card if you go first, and against decks like Salamandrite and Orcust, which are it's very powerful against. For traps, 2 Word Legacy Secret.
No 3.
No, searchable. If you draw it, then you can search your memory to get 1 from the deck. You basically need 2 in case your opponent deals with the first one, because it's a really good card. On activation, you can special summon a level 5 or higher monster from the graveyard. So you usually be MEKK-KNIGHT, so you bring back Indigo, and with Indigo you can change its column, so you negate the activation of your opponent's monster upon activation, then when they try to do something else on a different column, you switch it to a different column and you negate that as well. And if you also have memory, which also happens a lot, you can summon the second Indigo from your deck, negate the third effect, and then you can change the second Indigo's column because it's not 100 words per turn, so you can change it to another column and negate 4 effects in one turn. So it's a really good card. 3 perma, it's the only hand I'm playing because it doesn't contradict with the Eatos. If I play Ash or anything else and it goes to the grave and I'm going second, then I'll have a monster in the grave and I will not be able to summon my Eatos. And 2 Dynamiscus. This card is a generic card that can go be good going first or going second, and also brings itself back from the grave as a normal monster, so I can make it. I can make Link Spider with it.
40 cards?
Always 40. Always.
Yeah.
2 Morningstar. You usually never summon a second, but it's there just to make sure that you get into the grind game because it's a really powerful card. Not only does it search any of the word legacy spells and traps, but it also protects your MEKK-KNIGHTs from monsters that are not in the same column. They cannot be destroyed by battle and you take no battle damage from battles involving them. That's really good. If your opponent doesn't know how to deal with it, they're going to have a hard time killing you. 1 Spectrum Supreme. This is the Evermax of the deck. You summon it with 2+ MEKK-KNIGHTs. If it doesn't point to anything, it can be destroyed or it can be targeted by card effects. And if it's the only card in its column, it can attack directly, which can come up. And you can also tribute a monster it points to summon a MEKK-KNIGHT from the deck in defense mode. So if there is anything under its points, you can just summon another MEKK-KNIGHT to another zone. 2 Almirage. For Pyria, you draw 1 with Pyria, then you make Almirage, and you have a monster extra monster zone, so you can summon your MEKK-KNIGHT. And I also play 2 because I run 3 Pyria, so it can come up. 1 Link Cerebro. Because of instant fusion, I summon Restrict with it, so I need something to make sure Restrict doesn't stay on the field to lock my attacks. 1 Link Spider with Dynamiscus and with Abram. 1 Phoenix. It's the only nightmare I run. I don't think you need to commit to Unicorn. It's a lot of cards for nothing, because sometimes you just need to deal with problematic back row, because the only way to deal with back row in the deck is Galaxy Cyclone, which is not searchable, and that's why I'm considering playing Yellow Star. And the 2 Borals, because... Yeah, unfortunately, I had to sell my secret, but yeah, still, I think that you need to run these 2. We don't have that many Thunder Dragons, this card doesn't come up, this card's broken, but I never want to take it out of my extra deck just for that reason. To Restrict, because again, grind game, if you draw multiple instant fusions, sometimes come up. And for the super poly targets, Venom, the best one, against Orcust, against Pendulums. Chimera, because Heaven Summon Great. And 1 Dragon, because you never know. If against Rogues, if there's something that this can come up, then...
No Winda?
Winda? No. Okay. I can summon them with instant fusion. There's no weak protector in this deck. And again, if Shadows become relevant, I'll play Construct. But that's for another day. Hopefully we get something good from the structure deck. So far, nothing too special. But back to the deck, side deck, 3 Nibiru. Against Solomon Grades mainly, it's the only deck that cannot play around it. Against Pendulums, I don't even side it in, because Jackal just makes this card useless, so there's no reason. Against Orcust, it's really good, but there's some methods where they can play to have 4 monsters on the field, but it's still good enough to side in against Orcust. Your Tops, because you have a lot of control here, play a lot against Strikers, play against True Draco. When you play against all these decks, this card is really broken because it's a 1 card that deals with 2 cards. For Mind Control, usually you want to set this first, summon a MEKK-KNIGHT, then take whatever monster was in a column and keep using your MEKK-KNIGHTs so you can link climb into your Morningstar. It's still a really good card. Red Reboot, because you usually want to ATK. If you have an optimal hand, you will be able to ATK, so... And if your opponent sets a card with Red Reboot, that's a mistake against this deck because they give you another column that you can use to summon another MEKK-KNIGHT. So if you get Red Reboot against MEKK-KNIGHTs, don't set something from your deck, you're going to lose. And I play some going first cards, just in case my opponent realizes my strategy and make me go first. Mainly because when you go first against control decks and they have the extra cards and you can't do much against them. Because this deck can negate monster effects very easily, so it's really good against combo going first. But against control, when they have like a lot of back row, then you're not going to do much against them.
No anti-spell?
Anti-spell is a bit weird because I feel like anti-spell helps against Pendulums a lot more than these. But it's really bad against decks like True Draco, because if they just set anything, they can destroy it. But Unending Nightmare, even if you destroy the spell card with this, then they destroy with a spell, it's still good to have it because they don't have the tribute fodder anymore. And also this can stop the weird trap monster deck that we have here because Chrysos plays that sometime. So I need something to deal with that too, make it easier. So yep, that's
okay, Stefanos, thank you very much. Any shout out because we close?
Shout out to my team, of course, AlphaTradingCardGames. Please subscribe to our channel because we have a lot more cool deck profiles. People asked for Eatos and I delivered. I have a new build just for you.
Okay, Stefanos, thank you very much about this deck profile. I hope so to enjoy this tournament. I hope so to see you in future next tournaments. ATSG, sign out. Bye bye.